Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Thank God. How are we? Hello, Michael Harness. Hello, how are you there, mate? I hope you are all well. I'm okay. Hi, Galen. Hi, Bry. Hi, Shiva, Vareen, and Natalia. How are we? I hope we are all in a good place. I'm in a great place. I'm in bed. I recommend it. Don't everybody rush at once. Hello, Natalia. Hello, Ali boy. How are you? Fosco. Fosco says, just went to smell Uncut Gem. No tester available. I'll have to wait to try the masterpiece, it seems. Oof. You've dodged a bullet there, mate. Dear me, well done. Congratulations. You live to smell another day. Hello, Eugene. Eugene calling me the universe. Enrique says Vasquez. Enrique Vasquez says, hi Mitch. How is the weather today? Well, the weather has been a bit funky. It's rained. It's been windy. There's been a little bit of sunshine. So, but it's been cold. My feet have been cold. I've been wearing Michael Harness's socks all day. Tremendous. Top socks. I highly recommend Michael Harness's socks. Well, Stefan says, you're right, Mitch. Uncut Gem is shite. It is like you spray any modern men's fragrance on your hand, wash it off, and what remains is Uncut Gem. Have you smelled it then, Stefan? That's a pretty good explanation of what Uncut Gem smells like. It literally smells like every other men's fragrance, but the far dry down of every men's fragrance. It's absolutely awful. How do, Le Canard? Ah. Le Lily. How are you? Weather is back to shite, predictably unpredictable UK weather, says Barry Atrion, and they are right. I wonder if they will be an improved flanker of Uncut Gem, says Eugene. Oof. Imagine if Frederick Moore started doing flankers. At that point, it would just be time to walk away from the brand. You'd just have to say thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Polished turd, says Lily. I do well, thanks, Rich, says Floral Notes. Le Lilion. Scent of the Day's Oud Monarch, says Shiva Vareen. You know, I've got that. I should start wearing it soon. Oof! Excuse me. Oh, my giddy aunt. I was able to get some samples of Violette Valinka today, says Fosco. Nice. I'm interested to smell that. Has Eugene smelled uncut gem? I don't think so. I don't think so. I turned the boiler on for the first time, says Barry Atreon, just ignoring the cost of living crisis for now. Yeah, it's grim, isn't it? It's very grim. Bryce says, yeah, I'd pack it up if there was ever a mall flanker. Yeah, it'd just be over for them if they did that. Rich Mitch live stream just in time to cure the Monday blues. Welcome, Anoush. How are you? No uncut gem here, says Eugene. Spine Mash says, a bit like Amawaj when the salmon took over. Smells fishy. Enchanté, says Eugene. Phil Stevens says, uncut gem. Maybe there was a huge mistake in filling the bottles, kind of like taking the wrong baby home from the hospital. Lord. Scent of the day is Russian tea, says Enrique. Yes, good fragrance. Bryce says it should release worldwide this weekend. Ugh. Le Eugene, says Lily. Joe. Welcome, Joe. Bariatrion says, Perry Ellis for men, scent of the day. Oh, what a handsome. Server news with a hat, says Lily. Piroli says, I will pick up Rose and Queer and Eau d'Hiver, and I shall be good with Mal. I think I'm pretty much finished with Mal, actually. Maybe Noir a piece, but I'm not sure. Joe says, doing good. Got a Nikolai Discovery set today, so very excited to try them. I'm not a big fan of the House of Nikolai. Some people really love them, you know? Like, they've got, like, I don't want to call it a cult following, because I think it's bigger than a cult following. But I just don't see it. I just don't get it, to be honest. I have to speak true. I don't understand. Michael says it's beautiful here in Ty Valley, Oregon. Scent Madness has arrived. Hi, Rich. More bashing of uncut gem. I think it's gonna just. I think whenever I hear those words, it's just gonna be like a like Tourette's, where people just like sort of like say things and swear. I think it's just gonna be like that. I'm not gonna be able to help it. It's gonna be like a tick, you know. As long as I think it's shite, then I'll keep saying I think it's shite. But welcome to you, Scent Madness. Benyet, what's up? Indeed, what is up? Stefan says, I hope Mal does a sandalwood next. Now Dries Van Noten is no longer available. Strange. I wore a sandalwood fragrance today, and it is called Beauty Wood by House of Matriarch, and it's very nice. It's got this kind of warm, spicy thing going on at the top, almost like cumin, but not BO. And cumin does often go BO on me. It's not great. It's not ideal, friends. I won't lie to you. Kind of smells like bleh, you know? Bleh. It's probably the best adjective I can use for it. I wasn't a massive fan of Dries Van Noten. I've got one of those little 10mm atomizers of it. The price it's going for online at the minute is obscene because it was never the greatest, and like it's just a I know I collect vintage fragrances and stuff like that, but it is like one of the worst excesses of vintage fragrances, the Dries Van Noten thing. You know, like as soon as it's disappeared, it's like $800 a bottle now, $900 a bottle. I'm sure I've seen people say it goes for 4 figures as well. Crazy talk. Don't pay that for it. It's not worth it. Joe says, glad you've had a good day, Rich. Thanks, man. I hope you've had a good day. I'm glad you've had a good day as well. Have you had a good day? You are doing good. That's nice. Hello, Rich. How are you doing, mate? I'm all right, Interference. How are you? Being busy. Hi, everyone. Everyone say hi. Van Noten line of shite. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard tell that the Van Noten line is like really boring, you know. Frank says, greetings. Scent of the day, cologne indelible. You couldn't wear that here today. Far too cold. Unless you were going somewhere, you know. It's quite a nice, easy wear cologne indelible, I think. Interference says, I sold Drees a while back. Just got too pissy for me. Smells like baby sick. It's got this blue cheese sick kind of vibe going on for me. Bariatrion says, I watched the official FM release video of Uncut Gem. I can hear Rich going allegedly like Rudy in his latest video. Yes, that's right. Oh, it's fucking awful. I showed one of my friends the video I did. Excuse me. I showed one of my friends the video I did, and she watched it today after I left. And she got back in touch with us and said it was hilarious and like she loved it and stuff like that. And everybody seems, she was like, oh, everyone seems to be loving it and stuff. I was like, yeah. And then she said, I think I'm gonna have to smell it. And I was like, oh God. She was like, I just want to smell what you're talking about, basically. And I was like, well, don't blame me when you think it's shite. She might not think it's shite. She might think it's lovely, but I think it's shite. Lily says, skin is freshly cleaned. Scent of the day to be determined. Benyet is wearing Lagerfeld cologne, a good fragrance. Alfonso, welcome. Interference says, hey, nurse, thanks for the email. Have not had a chance to respond, but will soon. Oh, Spine Masters. I've got a bottle of Dries Van Noten and it's worth every penny. Ooh. Not sure about that, mate. I bet it's not. I bet you bought it retail, though. I bet you didn't buy it on like the aftermarket on eBay because it is literally going for 4 figures in some places. That shit is fucking bleh. Benyat says, what the hell is happening with Uncut Gem, Rich? I did a video on it, Benyat. You should watch the video. That will explain everything. Did not tried it yet. Oh, look at you. It's absolutely rotten. Ah, Life of American Pie, welcome. There, it's Scent of the day, Balenciaga Hoan Club. Marvellous. Lovely stuff. I wore that the other day. I think it was Friday. Lovely. Dark. Slightly animalic rose. Slightly pissy rose, you know? It's got that kind of pheromone sort of thing going on, you know? Like a bit of a human smell. L'Artisan Saffron Troublant is better alternative to Miles Dries. Not a sandal, not custody. Meant to be a saffron fragment, not leathery, no baby bath note. It's got the best touches of Dries, says Frank. Outrageous. I wore Beauty Wood today by House of Matriarch. That's really nice. It's a woody sandalwood, though. Doesn't smell creamy. Smells woody. I think it's really nice. What's everyone's ice cream of the night, says Eugene. Oof, can't be eating ice cream this late at night, mate. You get the shits or something like that. Any chance. Bryce says, scent of the day was Spice Blend. Spice Blend's all right. It's like Sauvage, but not as heinous. You know? Michael Horner says, scent of the day is best fragrance of 22. La Daleur Exquis. Who makes that? Life of American Pie says, have you tried Thomas de Monaco Raw Gold? I heard it's amazing. No, but I saw it on Zhao's video today from Scented Moments, and he was raving about it. He really liked it. Life of American Pie is doing videos on his life. I don't know if he is American Pie, but he's doing videos about, I like watching his channel. He does some fragrance videos. He talks about his life and his job. I think it's quite good. I think me and Rudy are like people who watch him. Other people might watch, but they don't comment. So if you would like to go and subscribe to Life of American Pie, it used to be called American Pie Lights Out. I think so, anyway. I might be wrong about that. I'm not wrong about that, am I? Christ. I wish I had some pistachio ice cream. That's niche. Anything besides vanilla, says Anuj. Joe says, my scent of the day is Hermes un Jardin Solennel. Nice opening, but too soft and powdery in the dry down. I like Solatois. I also like Monsieur Lee, which is really nice. I think it's the most underrated of the line. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Tremendous hydration. Vanilla ice cream with fresh strawberries, says Michael. I like raspberry ripple. I could go for an ice cream sandwich right now, says Frank. Fair enough, Rich, really, Nikolai. Well, if you like them. Ali Boy says, is Koros Fraîcheur any good? Managed to get a sealed aftershave toner version. Outrageous. It's all right. Imagine Koros toned down, but with pineapple. I've got a few bottles, Ali Boy, actually. Whereabouts are you? Excuse me whilst I burp in your ear. If you're in the UK, Ali Boy, I might be able to sell you like the proper eau de toilette version. Or at least send you a sample so you can find out if you think it's any good yourself. My favorite Anush has to be vanilla bean, though. Shiva Vareen says, Lagerfeld. I love it. I'm reminded of my bigger cousins throwing it out on the go to go out. Throwing it on to go out while we young boys waited for a splash. 180 and Harrod, stop dissing it, Rich. The value will drop. Nah, mate, it's fucking rotten, like. Life of American Pie says, I imagine Hawaiian Club was what Al Pacino wore in the club scenes on movie Scarface. Well, it's funny you mention that because Al Pacino actually wore Lagerfeld cologne when he was filming Scarface. Would you believe it? Somebody's just been talking about it too. Isn't that a strange coincidence? Lily says, I can't find Ben & Jerry's coffee one anywhere. That's probably for the best, mate, because it sounds rotten. Bariatrion says, Ali Boy, it's fantastic. If you get a good deal on the EDT, snap it up. Benyat says, I've got Col de Bahrain for €60. Bargain. I don't know what that is. Interference saying, not just saying it because of Eugene, but I'm truly starting to think LDE is my favorite rose-based fragrance. Really enjoying it. I wore it yesterday. Michael says, anyone else see George's movie trailer? Looks good. It actually does look good, surprisingly. It does actually look rather good. So it looks better than I thought it was going to be. Not to put him down. It's just like you expect people who make movies to be like, you know, like ethereal beings or like not real human beings. They seem to be like these kind of like mythical figures. And then you've got like George. George, the fragrance apprentice, has actually like knocked up a film. You know what I mean? It's outrageous. He wrote the script for it and everything. You know? I'm extremely happy for him. I'm proud. People I know are making moves this year. You know? Eugene has brought out his fragrance. George is releasing a film. Christ. What the hell am I going to do? Ooh. I need to stop putting the lottery on. That'll be good. Life of American Pie says, thanks, Rich. And yes, I used to have a channel. Same picture, lol. I regrettably deleted my old channel because a lot of hate I got. Oh, what do you got a lot of hate for? You shouldn't give in. Well, I don't know. If you want to sort of like duck and cover and then weave and like, you know, set up a new channel and start again, I understand that. Get your weave on, you know. Don't just be a setting target. Recently, I've seen a Freischer 100ml EDT went for £120. Shiva Vareen says raw gold is the shite. In a good way. Ali boys in Scotland, outrageous. All right. Give us a second, Ali boy, right? I'll put my email address in the chat. All right. If you copy that email address down that I've just put in, copy it down. It's just richmitch@yahoo.com. All right. Email us, and I'll send you like a 2ml decant. You can smell it for yourself, see what you think. Damir says, what about Domenico Caraceni? A gothical barbershop rose perfume. You can buy it online again. Some 10 years ago, read lots of positive reviews on base notes. I've never heard of it. Enrique says, your thoughts on the brand of Celine? Oh. They're all well-made fragrances, definitely in the Heidi Slimane, like, category, definitely in their style, in Heidi Slimane's style, right? But I'm not paying for any of them. There's like one or two that I might consider buying, but it's not going to be like the Dior Privés or the Chanel exclusives. I'm not going to buy multiples of them, you know? Right, have you got that email, Ali boy? Because if you have, I'll take it off the screen, because I know that bots like to latch onto shit like that. Yes, if you'd like to email us, that's my email address. Anybody? Häagen-Dazs rum and raisin caramel cone, says Frank. There's a local there is a local dairy farm around here that has their own Jersey cows. That it's called Wheelbergs, and they make their own ice cream, and it's fucking mint because they're obviously Jersey cows. It's creamy as chips. Nice, says Benio. Eugene is a huge fan of Celine. He was. I don't know that he still is. I literally don't know if he still is. He would have to say. Oh, wow, I'm thirsty. Rich style gasp here. Coffee ice cream. Coffee ice cream? No, not for me. I recently found out about licorice ice cream. Apparently it's amazing, which is outrageous, really, when you think about it. If I have Coromandel Extra, Serge Latons Borneo, Frederic Mars Monsieur, do I need Patchouli Imperial? I don't know if you need Patchouli Imperial, but Patchouli Imperial is a brilliant patchouli fragrance. I don't know if you need it, but it is very good. And what size you get's up to you, you know. Make sure you try it first. Any experience with box use Serge Luton? Yes, but I can't remember it. Ali Boy says, thanks, we'll email tomorrow. No bother, Ali Boy. I'll have to check out Twa, says Joe. Yes, and Monsieur Lee. Isn't pineapple one of Pierre Bourdon's obsession? He's been putting pineapple in things for years. He also, I'm sure he did the other Koroses as well, or Koroi, if you want to use the correct plural of Koros. In the Koroi line, in the Korois. Oh, God knows, I'm lost now. But yes, he's been putting pineapple in stuff for years. Welcome, Bob. Jacob said everything Privé is getting discontinued. Not everything, Frank, but a lot of things. And he said Patchouli Imperial was being discontinued, which is bonkers because it's one of the best ones. Right, give us 2 minutes. I'm going to dehydrate. Ooh. Woof. Hi, friends. Ooh. Ugh. A busy week this week, sort of. Gotta go to the hospital, gotta go to the doctors, gotta do all sorts of shit. What am I standing here for? Like a fucking spare thumb. Oh. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh. But it's getting nippy, isn't it? Oof. Right, let's see. There's actually 5 more people in here than when I left. Strange. Happy Monday, Mikey. Hello, everyone. Hello, Antonio Hobson. I just went to the bathroom and I didn't yawn once. Come back and I've yawned twice since I've been back in the room. Spaced Out says, I literally just bought Patchouli Imperial 125ml from Profumo like 20 minutes ago. Outrageous. This is the second coincidence we've had. Frank says, too bad I'm funny on the money right now. Would like to pick up some Preebs before they're off Paris shelves. Oof. There's the ones that are being discontinued, like Leatherwood, and if you watch the Dake Up video, it's on his Essentially Dake Up channel. Like there's not like a lot of ones that are like going to be greatly missed, if I'm being perfectly honest. I hate licorice, says Joe. Joe's a little bit behind, it sounds like. Joe, fast forward. Michael Harness says, please tell us you're going to be all right. I'm concerned about you. I'm going to be all right. Are you talking to me? There is no need to be concerned. So I'm going for a blood test on Thursday, and I'm going for an eye test on Wednesday. Don't want to make sure I'm just staying. I don't know. Don't want to just make sure I'm staying, I suppose. Is Patchouli Imperial discontinued? Can you buy it in the UK? I think you can still buy it here, but it's getting scarce. Coromandel is infinitely better than Patchouli Imperial, claims Eugene. So does that mean Borneo 1834 is infinitely better than Coromandel? More Privé's getting clipped, eh? Says Bob. Not surprised. Things seem to be tightening rapidly. Yes, they need to get... I mean, to be fair, that line is overblown. It's too big. It's not... It's not a good line anymore. There's too much crap perfume in it. You know? There's too much bad perfume in the Privé line. It's dross. There's so much dross in that line. It's not a good line anymore, you know. It's not what it used to be. There's too many of them. They are too similar, and they're all eminently forgettable. Michael Horner says, yes, you, mate. Yeah, I'll be fine, don't worry. Spaced Out says cap. Eugene says bet. Damir, I smelled new Habit Rouge EDT, no sparkle. Well, that's what they say about the EDT, isn't it? That it's got this sparkly, zesty lemon citrus top. I can safely tell you that I never cared for Habit Rouge, and I was glad when I sold it. You know? Sold my 2 vintage bottles of Polo Green and ended up putting that money towards the vintage Cuir de Russie that I've bought. You know? Nice. Spaced Out says, Patchouli Imperial is more ethereal and airy. It's not as heavy as Coromandel. I also generally prefer more woody fragrances. Says Spaced Out. Try Beauty Wood by House of Matriarch. It's very woody. It's a very woody sandalwood. Michael Harness says, Eugene, did you get any of the bad storms? Yeah, someone was telling me today about the bad storms in deepest Canada. Apparently it's been a bit rotten where Eugene is. Damir says, smelled Serge Luton Poivre Noir. It smells like opium EDT for men, only lighter and fresher. Oh. That's a shame. Opium, very sweet. Very sweet, sickly sweet, in a way. I was going to wear opium today, like the vintage one. Very thick. Eugene, man, there's been some huge storms in Canada. Do you not know about these? Right. Eugene with his non-TV watching, not knowing what's going on world. It's outrageous. But if you look into it, Canada Storm Fiona, that's what it's called. Storm Fiona. It could take months for Canada to restore infrastructure to provinces after Fiona leaves just like a thingy of devastation. Historic extreme event. Was downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm on Friday. Unprecedented trail of destruction, Reuters is calling it. Hundreds of thousands without power in Atlantic Canada after Fiona rumbles north. There's another storm called Ian forming. Eugene's got no idea. Herb says, Serge Lutens have started making home fragrances. Such weird times we're in. Can you imagine? A Serge Lutens home fragrance. You know, Musk's Kublai Khan. Like home fragrance. No chance. Just make a fucking candle. I'd love an Abra Sultan candle. Jesus Christ, can you imagine? Imagine a Shergi one. Lord. A Santal Majuscule one. Damir says, opium ADT, masculine. It smells of zesty ginger. Spaced Out says, Mitch, what is your favorite designer release ever? I would choose Gucci Envy for Men. Oh, God. My favorite designer. I'm not sure I could choose one. It could be Balenciaga Pour Homme. You know? Could be Koros. Could be Amen. Could be a lot of things. I don't know, mate. I couldn't say. What's this about ice baths, says Bob. Very Russian. It's the Wim Hof method, says Floral Nuts. Anut says, not in our area of Canada. The East Coast got hit hard. The Maritime provinces got hit hard. Ontario, our province is way inland. It's a big place, Canada, you know. Hello, Christoph. How are you? How are you doing? Spaced Out says, also recently discovered Dimitri, Sorcery of Scent channel. Dude makes amazing videos, very knowledgeable. Yeah, I've been watching his videos. He's got a great collection. Eugene says, news is a distraction. And Adam says, hello, hello. Excuse me, I must hydrate. In fact, I'm going to take some tablets. Ooh. I will take meds. Oh, Lord. Let's take these tablets, shall we? 4 tablets before bed. Burp. Dear me, they did not want to go down. Pardon me. How is everybody? I must replenish the hydration once again. Had celery soup for my dinner, and it was some of the most horrible, tasteless dross you will ever have, so I put a lot of salt in it, and now I am paying for it. I am a silly man. But that water is cold, and there is nothing better in life than a good glass of cold water. Not that I'm drinking from a glass or anything, I'm using a big cup. Spaced Out says, I need a big Bois d'Harmonie candle, easily the best Guerlain Art Material release. I don't know that they do candles. I'll tell you what I do have, though. I do have an opium candle by YSL. Outrageous. Celery soup. Ew. It's so bitter. Yeah, it's vile. You can put garlic salt in it as well, though, which kind of like works. You can put loads of soup. You can put loads of different things in it, but sometimes if you put like a little bit of butter in as well, a bit of butter like makes it creamy and a little bit like salty too. So yeah, a bit of cheese as well. You can put some cheese in. Broccoli and cheese is usually a good combination as well. It's the only way you'll get broccoli into us, though. Same way with celery soup. It's the only way you get celery into us. Herb says, I'd be down for a Feel and Agile candle. Yes. But Serge Luton aren't doing candles yet, sadly. I'll tell you what, Herb. Try the Bois de Feu. Feu de Bois, even. Feu de Bois. I'll put it in the comments. Try Feu de Bois by Diptyque. Fey, it's Feu. Feu de Bois. Fuck's sake. Try that. That smells a bit like Feel and Agile, but more smoky. It's like, imagine a fire in a pine cabin, you know? Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, imagine a fire in a pine cabin. That's what it smells like. I've actually got a little candle. Homemade celery soup with Stilton cheese, yes. Celery is very aromatic. Love the heart of celery all my life, says Bob. If you're at the heart of the celery, do you gain its strength, Bob, says Herb. Spy and Mash says celery and butter. Celery and butter, then under the grill with Parmesan cheese. Nice. Herb, I love the... Oh, fuck. I love the heart of everything. Oil and vinegar, even a little ranch dressing. God save your king, Spy and Mash, says Bob. Fuck, now I'm hungry, says Anush. Ah. There's a spot on my lip. Like a little blackhead thing. Fucking nothing more painful in the human body than a spot on a lip. Goodness. Same news, not dinner time yet though, says Floral Notes. No, I don't need to keep talking about it. Pop the spot. Oh, it's painful. I don't think it's ready to pop either. Ow. It's just been a pain on the lip. No, sty on the eye is worse. I popped them before as well. That was a great feeling. Honestly, that was fantastic. Hurt like fuck. I'll admit that, no problem. The pain. Oh, the pain. Wow. But I was amazing. I highly recommend it if you can deal with it. Like, mind you, I was on a lot of painkillers. So it wasn't as painful as it would have been. It wasn't as painful as it could have been, but yeah, I actually managed to get a hold of my eyelid and get behind the sty on either side, like from the front and the back, and then I just like brought it forward, just like pulled on it a bit, and it just fucking exploded. It was incredible. Heard it pop and everything. It was mint. Absolutely sensational. Would not recommend though. Right. Had a white head on it, like, so I just thought, fuck it, it's a spot, off you come. Absolutely tremendous. Painful, like. Olive oil, apple cider vinegar, 3 drops of soy sauce, good to go for your salad, not your lip. Yikes, a star in the eye, my friend. Had it for a year, had to go and see all kinds of doctors. Should have just popped it, mate. God help me, says Herb. Well, if God can pop your sty for you, session. Joe's loving that. Joe's loving the popped sty. Sheila says some broken ribs. Now that's pain, yeah, because every time you breathe, it hurts. You don't realize how often you breathe until it hurts every time you do it. Jesus, I've bruised a rib. Came off my bike when I was youth. I bruised my ribs, and the doctor was like, "Oh, that's gonna hurt, you know." And I was like, "What? I don't want to hear you fucking say that. I'm fucking 10 years old, man. Shut up." And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Here's some painkillers." I was taking these painkillers, and fucking, what did I do? Did I bump into like someone in my house? You know, we're trying to go through a doorway at the same time and just like innocuously like bumped into each other. I was buckled on the floor. I was like, ah, not in as many words, but you know what I mean. That's right, Bobby Oates, the spine mush. With a sty, don't you just pluck the eyelash on top of it to release the fluids? I've got no idea. I just literally like pulled my eye like lid out with one hand, and then with the other hand, I literally got in like behind it on the inside of my eyelid, and then on the outside of it with my other finger, like in a pincer, and I'd literally just like drew it out, like literally just moved my fingers up so like it got it from the back, and I just heard it just go poof, and then obviously like felt it like as it like splurted all over my hand. But it was literally instant relief as well. I mean, it hurt when it first happened. But like I say, I was on a lot of painkillers, so I was like, ah, and then I was like, oh, it doesn't really hurt that much. There's nothing hurt that much. It's your description, Rich. It was very funny. Blech. Yeah, there was a white eye on it. Absolutely satisfying. It was extremely satisfying. I highly recommend it for those who like to it was highly recommended for those. Galen's had to turn off the live stream because he can't hack it. I can see him in the chat. He's talking to Eugene. He's bottled it, Galen. He's all fart and no shit, Galen. Aren't you meant to rub gold on a sty? Have you got any gold, Herb? Let's go to the description, Rich. Any of you have fragrances you loved on first smell but now don't care about them at all? Yes, leather blend. Shit. Jeez Louise, you're serious, says Bob. Absolutely. That method sounds most satisfying, especially if there's a white eye on it. Yeah, it was brilliant, man. Hello, MJ. Scent of the day is Absolute Polar Swear. Michael Harness says he loves a good pustule. Herb says, I have a complex relationship with Chypre Palatin. Bob says, well, I have empathy. My big tooth pulled in 5 hours. Take some painkillers before you go. All right? That'll help with the pain once you leave. All right? So get some painkillers before you go and take them so that the needle doesn't hurt when they put it into the roof of your mouth, because that's probably the worst bit. And then the painkillers, don't wait for the pain to strike to take painkillers. Take the painkillers before you go. That is advice given to me by a fucking pain management specialist who specialized in the management of pain, would you believe? And he did an operation on me called rhizolysis, which required me to stay awake, but it also required me to have 9-inch electrodes inserted into my spine and have the nerves burned. Right? After you've been through something like that, getting your tooth pulled isn't quite so bad. Not that getting a tooth pulled is a nice thing, and it's a different kind of pain, to be fair. But that was an hour I will not forget. But the pain management specialist was like, take painkillers before you get here. Take your pain medication before you get here. And he was like, it'll help before we put the anesthetic in, you know, because that's one of the worst bits, than putting the anesthetic in, you know. And he was right. And now I am giving you that advice. Bob is getting free advice from an NHS pain management specialist. Let's have a look. A live stream it, Bob. Everyone wishing everyone's wishing Bob good luck. Bloody hell, Rich, nobody needs that, says Joe. Oh, yeah, honestly, it was one of the best fucking things that happened. It worked. It sorted me back out for a couple of years. But then the nature of what's actually wrong with me, there isn't like a cure, there's only like management. So, but it was fucking magnificent while it lasted, honestly. Bob, you'll be fine. It's just a tooth. You're a big boy. Again, I hate to bring this back to me, but if I had to have like a tooth out, I would have to like stop taking the medication I'm on, because they're immunosuppressants, and obviously if you get a tooth out, it's just a gaping hole in the middle of your fucking face, really, and have to wait for it to heal over and stuff. So, ugh. Don't worry about it, Joe. It's not a problem. I'm at peace with it. Like, it's calm. Ooh, not to worry. Do you ever hope there will be a new cure for rheumatoid? Yes, but there doesn't seem to be one. You might get, I don't know, stem cells will ever fucking do it, but like genetic fucking gene therapy might help, but fuck knows. You know? Bobby O, you'll have an imperial stonker. Be careful, says Spy and Mush. Vet of a stonker. Adam says, loads of people get their wisdom teeth extracted. My sister had them extracted. I was fucking shocked. Joe says, oh, I did a blotter test of Serge's Ambre Sultan. Ambre Sultan, sorry. Delicious scent. Yeah, it's one of my favourite ever scents, to be fair. Bob says, I firmly believe that in life you will be treated much better if you smell amazing. That's true. Herb, love Ambre Sultan. Yes, I love Ambre Sultan. Spy and Mash says, Germany are 1-up, no surprise. Yeah, we're going out in the group stage of the World Cup this time, aren't we? Jesus. Especially in the heat, because we're weak as fuck. Die, Manshaft. That's right, Adam. Die, Manshaft. That's a fact, Burb, says Michael. Oh, I don't know. I've got an itchy face, yo. The Manshaft. Who scored? Do I know them? Was it fucking what's his face? Thomas Muller. Fucking little bastard. Let's see, Sebastian's just done a video about Atelier des Ors. The X-rays. Lune Feline, Nuda Veritas, Rosa Mayade, and a full bottle giveaway. The problem I've got with what they're called again? Oh fuck me, L'Atelier des Ors. Problem I've got with Atelier des Ors is them fucking gold fucking particles. What a fucking waste of gold. Not that it probably is gold, it's probably just fucking yellow flakes of some description, but fucking hell. Adam says Gundogan penalty. Sublime penalty kicks. Well, he's German, isn't he? They're all good at penalty kicks. Bastards. Not that, well, I mean, to be fair, I see he's German. He's really Turkish. Herb says, I think there's a new Shalimar coming out for October. Shalimar Millesime Tonka. Yes, that's right. But I wasn't into the last flanker, though. Is Joe Malone in this chat? 68? I don't know. I don't think Joe Malone listens to my channel. I wish she would bring back that fucking exotic tease line that she had. That was fucking great. That didn't last for shit, though. They were so weak. Joe Malone makes her fragrances so fleeting. I'm being very kind by calling them fleeting. They are just weak as what I like. 718, yes, says Phil. What's that? What do you mean 718? What does that mean? What are you talking about, Phil? Oh, yeah. I can't believe it's fucking 9 o'clock already. Doesn't feel like fucking 14 hours ago that I woke up. Joe says, if you mean me, Bob, no, I'm definitely not her. Our Joe M68, her scents are made to last. It doesn't make no weak sense. Pat Lester, hello, Rich. What's the scent of the day? I'm currently wearing D&G light blue. Weather is quite suitable for today's weather, sunny and warm. Really, Pat? It's been miserable here. I wore today Beauty Wood by House of Matriarch. Mimosa and cardamom lasts, says Bob. Phil is my 718th subscriber. I do have mimosa and cardamom, says Joe. Herb says very rainy in the east. Scent of the day was Nawara Peace. Good one. Underrated, Frederick Mall. The Mr. Zanshin. Super busy right now, but I had to pop in and wish everyone well. Thanks. How are you? Scent of the day is The Longing by House of Matriarch. I'm wearing a House of Matriarch today. Nice. Love mimosa cardamom. Don't laugh, I layer it with my CH Privé. Oof. Bob layers. I've got a bottle of that CH Man Privé. I really don't want it. And Mr. Zanshin says colder than a witch's tit in Ohio today. I too really like it, says Joe. I like that exotic tea line that they did. There was one of them that I really liked. Which one was it? The oolong one. But the whole line was really nice, actually. Sorry, I'm just somebody's just left a bollocks comment on one of my videos, so I must leave a bollocks reply. What do you do? Do you stick to your dreams? Do you search for your dreams? What do you do for your dreams? Do you hunt your dreams? Chase your dreams. Someone is not happy about me going for my thin label version of the night. They're not happy about it. Well, I fucking did. I do really like it. I love oolong tea, the drinkable kind, says Joe. I like all teas, most teas. I'm not huge on Earl Grey. My girlfriend found my supposedly well-hidden stash of new fragrances. She never said anything, but put her army coin under a package. Oh, the fuck, third degree might be coming tonight. Oh, dear. She's letting you know that she knows and that it's coming, Shiva Varina. It is coming. That's to instill some dread into you, that. Still in the low 90 degrees here in California, so excuse me. Scent of the day is French Lover. Follow, says Herb. Chasing dreams, follow your dreams. Yes, that's right, follow your dreams. Chasing dreams seems a bit too much like hard work, says Joe. Yeah, screw hard work. Do you prefer the night to promise? Ooh. Do I prefer the night to promise? Pass. I'll have to come back to you on that one. Give us a year or two. I'll let you know. At the minute, it's probably promise, but that's because I've worn more of it than I've worn of the night. It's still not cold enough to wear the night, in my opinion. Not yet. Although I think the night could be a year-round fragrance, you know? Spaced Out says, excuse me whilst I yawn first. Woof. Okay. Spaced Out says, I think after I buy 50ml French Lover, I'm done with buying bottles. Yeah, we've all been there, mate. Feels like I have everything I love. We'll get some decants and continue to buy new samples. Yeah, it's harder to do than it sounds, that. Eugene says, what's the problem with thin labels? This person was just... I'll tell you what they said. Someone called IO58 on my Mall Night and Moon unboxing says, 10 mins talking about a pointless topic of the label size. The scent is no different. No reformulation. To which I replied, I wanted that label size, and that label size is what I got. Chase your dreams, IO58. He hasn't replied yet. Or she. Whoever they are, they're a miserable bastard. Lol, says Anuj. Indeed. I couldn't agree more. Have to admit, I'm a lowly promise boy, says Herb. Yeah, I'm probably ahead. I'm probably on the promise so far. How can an English not like Earl Grey? Because it tastes like fucking piss. That's how an English can't like Earl Grey, mate. Oof. Screw that. I'm not drinking it if I don't like the taste of it. Fuck. That's something that people don't realise about the British, that we're extremely pragmatic. If I was to drink that tea, right? If I was to drink that tea and somebody was like, do you like Earl Grey? And I was like, no, and I was still drinking it, I'd probably get slapped. Why the hell are you drinking it then? Rich, what is your favourite or top 3 Frederick Malle? Oh, Christ. People aren't fucking about. Well, Adam. Oh, mate. I don't know. That is not an easy one. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. Sent me, chat, says Floral Notes. No. Haha. Abe says, Lamar, I don't think I need a thin label the night once. What? I need a thin label the night once I finally decided to pull the trigger on buying it. Yeah. If I'm going to be spending that kind of money on something, you better believe I'm getting the right bottle, or the one that I want. This kid was like, oh, there's no reformulation. Then why did they change the label size? Bastards. I wanted the thin label. They had a thin label. I said I would buy it. And so here we are. I'd buy it if it was a thin label. They whipped out the thin label and I was like, thank you. I will take that. Take my money. Goodbye to you all. Don't follow me. Herb says, ironically, my Nana says Earl Grey is like drinking perfume. Yes, it is a little bit like that because it's got, what is it? It's got a really famous fucking top note from bergamot. It's got loads of bergamot in it, right? And you can just, it does taste like fucking perfume, like. You're getting the tough questions tonight, Rich. Yeah, you're not wrong. Stephen Tampman says, had a lovely Tesco finest Earl Grey tea today. Yuck. But Stephen, have you ever drank the Co-op's 99 tea? The Co-op's 99 tea is not bad. Very easy tea to drink. Just very smooth, very nice, very refreshing. Still put milk in it. Spy and Mash says Earl Grey tea needs to be drank neat because of the bergamot. There it is. We like milk in our tea. We British like milk in our tea, don't you know? Yes, we do like milk in our tea. Earl Grey is just a little bit fresh, a little bit, type of thing you would drink on holiday. Here's Kelly Lyons. Kelly Lyons, I need to say thank you. Kelly Lyons bought me coffee the other day. Lots of coffee. It was very kind of you. Thank you very much. Kelly Lyons says, how about, what is the meaning of life? Is this a little easier question? Well, it's easier. It's still not the easiest, but it's definitely easier than some of the questions I've had tonight. I don't want to run out my sample, Bob. Lol, thanks though. Get a loan and a bottle. Oh, honestly, the pound and the dollar nearly reached parity today. That was a painful experience. You're the one that I want. Bergamot, says Bariatrion and Floral Notes. I like drinking evaporated milk with decaf tea. That's niche. Adam D, that is very niche. Anuj says, Eugene, my father loved LDE, said he's going to wear it while doing his peaceful gardening. My wife, on the other hand, said it's okay. On the hunt for a good divorce attorney. JJ says, Earl Grey can be imbibed with milk. There's no rule against it. It's just no. I couldn't imagine it. JJ is obviously a lot more open-minded than I am. But I'm British, so, screw that. It's I'm not sure who putting milk in fucking Earl Grey. It's unheard of. Spy and Mash has essentially said something not quite as diplomatically as I have, but kind of Americans can do that. Like British, like I can't imagine anybody in England's ever put a drop of milk in Earl Grey. Not on purpose, anyway. No, probably you're worth it, says Kelly. No, it was very kind of you, Kelly. I really do appreciate it. I hope you got my message on the coffee. I always reply to people who buy us a coffee. But I don't know if the messages get through. Sorry, I need to hydrate. Once again, all this talk of hydration is making us need to hydrate. Lord, it's incredibly dry in my mouth. Heavens. Can't believe it. It was like record temperatures 8 weeks ago. Now it's absolutely freezing. Never had Co-op tea. The missus will only have PG tips, so doubt I'll have the chance to. Just pop into the Co-op, Stephen, right? And just go to the tea section, and they will have some of their own tea. 99 blend, it's called. It's really nice. You blokes are fucked. Dollar is ripping, killing my gold miners. Honestly, I know inflation's high in America, but the economy's gone fucking mad, like in a good way, because it's absolutely destroying us. Fuck. We buy our natural gas on the fucking international market with US dollars as well. So it's absolutely fucking ripping which a shreds like. Fucking Liz Truss, the fucking bastard. There's a time and a place for supply side economics, and now is neither the time, and Britain is certainly not the place for it, not at the minute. Jesus. There's already letters of no confidence going in about her, apparently. It's because none of the MPs want it. It's all very convoluted British politics shit, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was gone before the next election either. I reckon she's going to get at least a year, but What a year she's going to have. I can just imagine her sitting in the corner of a fucking room in 10 Downing Street crying. And if she's not, she probably fucking should be with all the shit that's about to come her way. Christ. Quartang's off his tits. Laughing his arse off at the funeral. The git. Speedwolf says, hello all. Scent of the day vintage polo on this beautiful fall day. Smelling like old money and pine tree. Nice. After the divorce, tell your dad to call me a new, says for the floral notes. Is it similar to Thai tea? I love sweet stuff. Do you like cinnamon milk tea? That sounds all right. Great for winter. Yeah, Enrique, that sounds really nice, actually. I'll have to look that up. Cinnamon milk tree. Bryce says, to be fair, there is no difference in the small label Desert Gems and the big label in terms of formulation. They only did that to have space to include the name in English, not just Arabic. It might very well be true, Bry, but you said that in a much more polite and respectful and generally nice way. You didn't turn up on my fucking channel and your first comment was basically calling us a fucking idiot, you know? So yeah, that's basically why I told them to sod off. I mean, if they turned around and said exactly what you'd said there, I would say, hey, you never know, you might be right, mate. But I wanted the little label. The reason I wanted it is because I've been burned so many times in the past with reformulations and fucking perfumes being like pulled from out from beneath your feet that I wanted to make sure the version I got was the same one as the sample Eugene sent us. And Eugene's was the thin label. And it was the original as well. And I always try to get as close to the original. It's just part of my journey, if that's what you want to call it. I like original formulations of things because my theory is that it's closer to what the perfumer originally intended and the fragrance that was signed off on. So even if, say, a second formulation of a fragrance improves on the first, right? I still want the first one because that was the one that was originally like put out there, you know, and suffered at the hands of reformulation so many times. It's just like that's just part of what I want, you know, and I'm prepared, and I have done, to put my money where my mouth is, you know. So no wrong with that. As the same is true also with people who are like, I'm not paying that extra money for fucking for like original formulations. Like, we'll take Heritage. I know JJ was here before. So, like the Listerine bottle of Heritage is perfectly fine. There's no wrong with the Listerine bottle of Heritage. I would own it, but I managed to find a vintage bottle at a very, very good price. And that's why I've got the vintage one. I just go for the vintage ones. There's no wrong with. I can't speak about like the latest Heritage, which is in the Lamidial bottles, because I've never smelled it. But I have smelled the ones in the Listerine bottles, and they're sound. You know, that's just the way I want, and I've just taken it to the nth degree with that bottle of the night. You know, plus I got 20% off, so you can't argue. I paid about 800 quid for mine, right? And the retail price was 1,015. The retail price is over £1,100 now. So I've saved 300 quid, and it literally went up a few days after I bought my bottle. Sorry, friends, I'm going to have to dehydrate once again. Please entertain yourselves. Don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt yourselves. Don't fall over. Don't touch anything. Don't steal anything. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. welcome, friends. Once again, I have returned and it's fucking bolting. Absolutely bolting. Jesus. You know, even the water in my room is cold. You know? Like, everything's cold. We haven't turned the heating on yet. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. We don't have gas. We're not on, like, the grid. Because I live outside in the fucking sticks. I live outside in the sticks. I live out in the sticks. So we're not on the fucking gas grid, right? So we have to get heating oil, right? But fucking, the problem with heating oil is, right, is that once it's gone, isn't it? You know what I mean? Unless you can afford to buy some more, you're not getting any, you know? Excuse me. Blah, blah. Your coffee message reached me, Rich. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. You are too kind. Hello, An Average Joe. Subscribe to An Average Joe. He's been doing lots of lives. He has guests on. He is a good man all around. Oh damn, my live was behind. Sorry, says Brian. Oh no. It's got too cold to sleep outside, says Eugene. Better look next year. Love your list trust rank. Completely agree with you, says Joe. Yeah. Jesus. Herb says hopefully we'll get Labour at some point. Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, the Tories have gone through fucking most of their MPs anyway. There's no talent left. I mean, not that there ever was, you know what I mean? But Christ, I think it's an inevitability now, personally. I bet they bring back Boris Johnson, though. I bet the Tories bring back Boris Johnson. But, I mean, the MPs can't fucking stand him, so what the fuck? Brian says, came for the uncut gem slander, stayed for the politics. Oh, don't get your hopes up, mate. Sorry, like, the politics won't continue. I don't like talking about politics. Generally, I don't like talking about politics. I can analyze it. I'm not too fucking, like, attached to either side, either way, do you know what I mean? I tend to hate whoever's in government, like, you know? That said, I do have some particular circumstances in my life which make me more inclined to one way or the other. Because the Tories fucking hate fucking disabled people, like. I don't care what people say, like, you don't know what it's like to be on the receiving end of that shit, like. But then I used to work as well, do you know what I mean? And it's like, I remember fucking the tax rates under fucking, I remember Gordon Brown being Prime Minister and the shit show, like, that went along with that. I remember Tony Blair going to war in Iraq when it was patently obvious to fucking everyone. I was like 17 at the time and I was going, what the fuck's going on? Charles Kennedy, the fucking leader of the Liberal Democrats, the only one who fucking got it right. You know? Jacques Chirac, prick that he is, or was, he's dead now. Jacques Chirac saying, no, I'm not going to Iraq. It's completely fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? They got it right. That's just all you can fucking say. Robin Cook, when he resigned, gave one of the great fucking resignation speeches. Spine Mash says 2-1 Germany, turn up 1 year. Turn up 1 year in your career, Fatty Shaw scored. Fucking hell. Phil Stevens, my box of Earl Grey tea is a picture of a green bergamot orange. Is that the correct colour or is it yellow? The Fragrantica gate. Phil, I would always go with the picture on the tea. Like Fragrantica doesn't know what it's fucking talking about. Doesn't know it's off from its elbow half the time. I only do it. I only stick with Fragrantica because, like, if you're going to be wrong, you might as well be consistently wrong. You know what I mean? Like, be as wrong as you can be, you know? Milk is only mildly acceptable in black tea. Oh, I don't know. Making Thai tea in the kitchen. Looks like a murder scene. Says fucking Floral Nuts. Lily tried to buy various Kyoto-Rusi decants from Ramsey 2 or 3. That would be something. Screw the economy. I just pulled the trigger on vintage girl on Vetiver EDC. How vintage is it, Speed Wolf? Go and watch my girl on Vetiver comparison video. There is a girl on Vetiver in there. You will not believe it. Looks like a green Baby Bell. It's outrageous. You know the Baby Bell cheese? Looks like a green one of those. Ingredients: black tea and natural oils of bergamot. Very sour. Which good fucking idiots need to be told. It's fucking a noosh. I don't know what that's in relation to. Jesus Christ, I'm behind. I'll try and get on. Ramsey loves Kyoto-Rusi. I can't take any from him. Yeah, fuck them if they wanted that. So your money is going to get exactly what you want. Yeah, fuck them. If you wanted that one, it's your money to get exactly what you want. That's right, Bri. That's what I'm thinking. I probably still would have bought it with the big label if I could have smelled it first, you know. But the thing is, it's got natural oud in it as well, so it's never going to be perfect. But I wanted the thin label. I got the thin label. I paid me money. I got me 20% off. I got what I wanted, basically. So screw everyone. Screw everything. I'll do what I want. Anyway, Shiva Vareen says, milk and tea was one of my most mind-boggling revelations when I stayed in Birmingham. I just couldn't do it. I was teased a lot. What a waste of good tea and milk. Like mustard and chocolate. Mustard and chocolate. Shiva Vareen, you forget you're talking to a British person. We don't have any taste, mate. Someone out there's done mustard and chocolate before. Leave the thin labels alone, says Eugene. That's right. Use your charm and have him sell some, says Bob. Thick labels rule. Celia thick. Oh, Celia is thick. Celia, come keep us warm, you big seal. Oh, Celia's 9 months old. Big unit. Keep the knife out of your mouth. Goodbye, Floral Notes. See you later. Joe says, genuinely cannot imagine spending £800 on a fragrance. I've done it twice. Oh, hang on. I did spend that amount on a fountain pen. Looks like it could happen. Well, you pays your money if that's what you want. I once spent 1,500 quid on a watch. This was years ago, man. Years and years ago. Bought this watch. Tag. Fucking bastards. They say that the service interval is between 3 and 5 years, right? And so I bought it in 2015, and then in 2020, I took it and got it serviced, all right? About 3 or 4 months ago, I noticed that the time was like being lost on the watch, and that it was very, very hard to turn the crown, you know, like the little screw thing on the side. So I took it in and I was like, I took it to Tag Heuer. I was like, look, what's going on with me watch? And they were like, look, we'll send it away to like a nerd. And the nerd will tell me like what needs to be done. And like, it'll probably just need a service. I was like, whoa. I was like, it got serviced 2 years ago, mate. Why the fuck would it need a service now? I'm going to get serviced for another 5 years, mate. You know? No, for another 3 years, taking it to 5 years, you know? She was like, right, no problem. I'll just send it away and see what the crack is. She fucking rang us last week. She was like, hello, Mr. Rich Mitch. I sent your watch away to the nerd. I was like, aha, what did the nerd say? The nerd says you need a new crown on your watch and a service. I was like, what? You're like, yeah, you need a service as well. I was like, bollocks. Bollocks to your fucking service. I don't need a service. Bitch. I actually shouted something down the phone, which came out. Didn't mean it to come out, but it did. And then I apologized instantly, and I was like, I did not mean to say that. I was like, fuck. Oh, I didn't say fuck. I said fuck off. But it wasn't at her. It was kind of like at the situation. I was like, look, I didn't mean that at you. I was like, fuck. I was like, that just came out my mouth. Apologized profusely to her because I don't believe that you should fucking basically take it out on the person down the phone. Oh, long story short, it's getting serviced and they're fixing the crown, and the service is going to cost 355 quid. Oh, it shouldn't need a service. Bastards. I got serviced 2 years ago. Spy Mash says, what's the weight difference in grams between the thick and the thin labels, Rich? I've got no idea. Who set the metric for weight? He's going to the outhouse. Rich only takes vintage shits. It's my birthday in November and Girl Owns Royal Extract 2 is calling out to me. Can't find a sample though. Is that the Harrods exclusive one? Herb. Uh-oh, Imperial versus Metric debate. Oh, no. Metric all day. Both, really, if you want. You know, it's like British. We do both, don't we? I think 1 gram is the weight of 1 cubic centimeter of water, which is 1 mil. I don't know, says Herb. No, I think you nailed it. It was just too hot the other week, says Bob. Saturday night, girl on a Rosa. Meh. Rosa. Meh. Yeah, everything girl on's meh now. Royal Extra is rebranded Guia Pass. Herb, have you tried it? When making proper tea, never put the milk in with the tea bag. Always brew properly before adding milk. Totally agree. Spy and Mash, we are of the same mind. I think Royal Extract 2 is different, Eugene. It's green floral. I haven't tried Guia Pass yet. Eugene Shamad was a love at first sniff where 2 weeks ago from all those September samples. Stay tuned. Oh, you bastard. Ow. What is that? Sorry, I've just found something on my skin. Didn't even realize there was a Royal Extract too. Shamada's gold, Bobby. I sold mine. Almost never smelled anything as good. Tonka Imperial was love at first sniff. Coromandel, etc. Crystal had good taste with this girl on, says Bob. I love Shamada. It's much more armory, but just as vortex-like as Nahima to my nose, says Herb. Bobby, Eugene, are you guys talking about the Shamad pour on? Or the classic lady? Sorry, just curious. Pour on. Okay, cool. Thanks. I know nothing about Shamad pour on, says Anuj. Violet powder, yeah, sold mine. Fucking hated it. I just don't like violet. Violet just reminds me of fucking Parma violets, but violet leaf is lovely. Speedwolf says, I watched your bit of a video. It's a unique bottle style from the era of your EDC, probably 80s, I think. I want that darkness. Anuj Foskell was bang on describing it to me as gentleman's Fahrenheit. The bigger problem with politics are the politicians. You know, well, people are shit. Alfonso says, come on, England. Has anyone had any issues ordering fragrance from Amazon? My concern will be counterfeits being sold, says Pat Lester. I don't have Amazon, mate. Citizen treat them like celebrities, but yes, I have actually. That Bois 1920 that I bought, that was fucking. It said it was an eau de toilette on the box, but it was an eau de parfum inside the box. That was bought from Amazon. I've no doubt in my mind though that Bois 1920 did that themselves. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. Sorry, I'm just hydrating once more. Excuse me. Citizen treat them like celebs. I'd rather celebrate the garbage men. Yeah, well, they're the real people who make the world go round. Garbage men, nurses, electricians, you know, people like that. People who stock shelves in the supermarket. They're the people who make the fucking world go round. You know? Rich, put some soccer audio on. I don't know what soccer is, mate. Thank you, Mitch, for confirming what I expected from Uncut Gem, another McDonald's fragrance. It's exactly what it smells like, DJ, and you are more than welcome. Thank you for coming. And thank you for saying thank you. I appreciate it. Anuj, I almost always assume women's when someone mentions girl on, says Eugene. Amazon has extremely strong buyer protection. I would even say stronger than eBay, says Anuj. Herb says, Pat, I once ordered cologne of the missions from Amazon. It arrived cracked and leaked on my carpet, so my whole flat complex smelled similar to Spiritus Double Vanille for a week. Outrageous. Just take it to your local watchmaker, watch shop, says Spymash. Yeah, you lose the tag won't touch it if you do that though, ever again. So if you need something like a part, like a specific, like genuine part, like they won't touch it. Like they'll literally refuse you. Adam says we care more about our clubs rather than the national team. Yeah, we're very tribal in this country, but we are we're an ancient tribal people. Do you know what I mean? Omar says Patchouli Imperial gone soon from the Privé line according to Dacre. Not sure if it is a good one to get. I've got 450 mil and I love it. I might wear it tomorrow. It was cheap though, says Herb. Bob says, I heard Liverpool is the most tenacious. They come from the most hardship, but never lose pride. Yeah, they never fucking stop going on about it, though. Will Uncut Gem catch on with influencers? Well, I mean, the ones, yeah, possibly. Do this, contact and ask the seller to send you more detailed pictures of the specific items that they do. It's a good way to investigate and do more research on it, says Anuj. Phil Stevens says, my current dumb reach tea is lemon and ginger. Palm and violets are disgusting, says DJ. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. They're so fucking rank. Shiva Arun says, I'm sure someone has done mustard and chocolate. Still a waste of two great foods. Yeah, two wrongs don't make a right. Anuj's pictures are the best, says Interference. Yes, that's right. He will send you anything you want. So mad the pound's crashed, spending more buying stuff in the USA, says DJ. Yeah, just don't do it at the minute, mate. Just hold off. I was going to contact Anuj today and say, fucking, can I pay? Because I owe him some money. I was going to be like, oh, mate, can I just fucking pay you when the pound picks back up? But fortunately, the pound against the Canadian dollar is not so bad. So everything's just gone to shit recently, mind. Eugene says, Shiva, how will you explain your way out of all the new fragrances? I'm curious. Good evening, Manly Sense. How are you? DJ says, so is sous la sang. Go for £900 on eBay. Sous la vent. Girl on Cuir de Russie for about $350. I'd love to smell that. Herb says, I love the Scots personally, as well as the Scottish landscape up near the Ayrshire. Up near Ayrshire, it's like heaven. Yes. Hello, Rich, Mitch, and everybody. Sorry I forgot to say hi today. Hello, Omar. How are you? Hello, Leroy Jenkins. Greetings from Hamburg. How are you? Bob, you got a bottle, says Fosco. Herb, it's always darkest right before the dawn. Speaking of, don't really like that perfume. The dawn. I don't like the moon. I bought a bottle of the moon. I don't like it. Spy and Mash says, watchmakers will find any part. If you've got no intention of selling your watch, why would you care if tag won't touch it? I don't know. I want to keep it proper. I might sell it when I get to 40, to be fair. I don't know. I bought it for my 30th. I might just keep it until I'm 40, you know? The same issue with car manufacturers. Yes, that's true, but I've got a fucking, like a 15-year-old Ford Mondeo, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got blueprint parts for that fucking up the arse, you know. Like, it just does what I want. It's got heated seats, you know. It's fucking immense for me back. I can't tell you the fucking kind of relief I get from that shit for me back. Like, Omar says, scent of the day, Figment Man, I'm a wash. Watch of the day is a Seiko Alpinist. Some recommendation to start with Gutal. Eau de Sud. Is it Amber Fetiche? The amber one's really good. Ninfeo Mio's really good. Beware the lavender one. I wasn't a big fan of the lavender one, and the vetiver one's extremely dark. The greatest result from sample swaps, says Bob. Leroy says, man, I am slowly slipping into the entire niche fragrance rabbit hole after being slightly bored by the mainstream frags. Try to sample as much as possible, but my wife slowly gets angry with me. Look out. Be careful. Be careful. There are plenty of places you can get samples from, and they're relatively cheap, and they're a very good way to try lots of different fragrances without buying bottles, because it's a lot more expensive to buy bottles than it is to buy samples, you know. So try before you buy, definitely, every time. DJ says, took you as a Fiat 500 man, Mitch. I would just collapse. If I got into a Fiat 500, I would just be stuck that way. Do you know, like when you were younger and your parents told you not to pull faces because if the wind changed, your face would stay like that? That's kind of what Fiat 500s would do to my back. I would just stay, just walk around in a seated position forever. Dino says, I need a new car, just can't afford one. Just be glad you haven't got a mortgage, mate. The interest rates are going to put the fucking price of an interest, paying off the interest on a mortgage up 700 quid. I saw Ed Conway today talking about, what was he talking about? He was talking about someone on a certain type of mortgage, right, with certain repayments, and if the interest rate went above 6%, which they're thinking it will do, right, they'll be paying, everybody will be paying an extra £700 a month on their mortgage. So if you've got a mortgage bail, or if you've got a 2% fixed rate mortgage for the next couple of years, because apparently loads of the mortgage products have been pulled off the market in the last day or two, and they're going to be returned at much higher rates in a few days, because obviously everything's gone to shit. This is just what fucking happens when you get fucking economic illiterates in charge, you know what I mean? Kwarteng's just a fucking baghead, allegedly. Oh, shit houses, a lot of them. They make us ill. Seiko are banging, although I've never owned a luxury watch. I wouldn't mind a Ramon Vial. I saw one once and it had this fucking lush blue fucking bezel on it, and I was like, oh, that's lovely. Bevel, not bezel. Sure, he's a dancer for someone, isn't he? Anyway. Yeah. It was a decent little watch, that. I don't think I would buy a brand new watch again. I think you can get much better value on the second-hand market. Like, I want a Santos, a Cartier Santos. I'd love one of those to go with the perfume. Shiva says, Eugene, I'm just going to smirk, shrug my shoulders, and think of what I will buy next if she rips me one. She probably won't. All the baby furniture bought and set up. I'm done buying for a while. Fosco says, famous last words. That's right, yeah. DJ says, been sampling a lot myself recently. What have you been sampling? Adam D says, I think, Rich, you could fit into a Mini Cooper. I mean, I could fit, but I probably couldn't get out. No point paying £300 to £400 repair bills constantly if the watch is worth 1,500 quid. You're not wrong. Bob says, I'm closing the barn door after one more from Les Abstray, but there's three. There's three, mate. DJ says people who took out a mortgage with a CCJ, rest in peace, bozos. I honestly think there's going to be riots, mate. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was people. Everybody's pissed, like. Yeah, people are still selling their houses for ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah, because it's a fucking land grab. I think that's what they've done. I think that Kwarteng and Truss know the game's up for the Tories, and what they've done is basically said, well, with Rees-Mogg as well, who's a fucking alien, fucker looks like a pencil. I think what they've done is they've decided to raise stamp duty, the threshold for stamp duty, up to 425,000, so that rich people can go out and buy up all the houses and then rent them back to people. You know, I think it's a land grab over the next fucking 2 years until the next election. Personally, that's what I think's going on. That's why they've raised the stamp duty and cut the taxes on the richest people. Just a theory, though. Excuse me. Leroy says, guys, Golf Mark 4, I'm telling you, fantastic daily. Yes, I've had a few of those. Won't win a beauty contest, but it's as reliable as hell. Yep. Recent pickups for me, Musta Sabler, Rose de Jamal, beautiful, Fougere, Emerald, Liddell, Eric, Skis, and Rubini fundamental. I need to chill, says Fosco. Some Disa Izuzak. I beg your pardon, DJ. Rich, have you seen those cars you lie down in for just one person? Saw one on the road the other day and died laughing, mate. That is not the type of lying down that I would do. I'm lucky my dad has paid for his house. It's mine and my brother's. There's no way I would be able to buy a house in this day and age. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way. Like I live back in with my mom now. And obviously like with being ill and stuff like that, it's fucking I'm fortunate it's a decent sized house, so we don't actually have to bump into each other fucking quite often. She can live downstairs, I can live upstairs, and we can both like cross at like fucking lunch, like fucking meal times and stuff like that, or if we ever want like something to talk about, we can talk to each other. But we are extremely lucky not to have a fucking mortgage. Like I would be fucked. The house would have to be sold. I'm looking at that. Sorry, lol. Rees-Mogg description. Agree with you, Rich. Yeah, he's a fucking pencil, the absolute prick that he is. Fucking Charles Dickens cosplay, fucking nonce. Don't forget foreign investor mates as well. It's not just foreign investors, local investors are these fucking pricks who've got loads of money. You know what I mean? They just like see life in numbers. They don't see people. You know? Heated seats are a luxury even in the summer for your back. You hear what BMW are doing? Right? BMW, right? I swear to God, this is true. BMW are going to put heated seats in every car, right? But you have to pay a subscription every month to have them turned on. They've got a software pack that allows them to turn them on and off. And if you want them turned on, you've got to pay a subscription every month for your heated seats. It's fucking disgraceful. You are correct, Duck. WEF have plans for your castle. Yeah, it's fucking. I'm not massively into the fucking conspiracy theories about the WEF, but at the same time, it's very funny how all these people have all the same ideas the world over. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think. I don't think that one person is behind it all, kind of like a James Bond film. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's like, oh, George Soros this and fucking Joe Biden this. I don't think anybody's got that kind of fucking sway in a world like what we live in. I just don't think that you can have that much sway. You know what I mean? I just don't buy it, frankly. It's very, very hard for one person to pull those kind of things because fucking events, shit happens all the time, shit changes all the time, unexpected things. It's like it's like the old saying, expect the unexpected. You know, you can have all the plans you fucking want, right? But what you're gonna do when some fucking random chaotic fucking event happens and you're just like, oh my fucking god, I wasn't expecting that. I just think it's fucking it's all too easy for humans to blame one fucking big malevolent or benevolent fucking force, you know? It's like religions. It's like saying, oh, there's a god in the sky, look after her. Yeah, well, no bother, of course there is. You know, it's the same impulse in my opinion. I tell this to my friend. I used to tell this to my friend all the time, she just wasn't listening. Anyway, pay as you go, fuck them. Yeah, exactly. They want you to live a pay as you go life. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely obscene, Bob. Like, that's just what they want. They want you to fucking pay for everything as you go, everything as a subscription. It's fucking disgusting. It's like rent a life. You know what I mean? Absolute bastards. Herb says, get one and hack the heated seats. Get the heated seats torrent or something. Adam says, and then charge you. The cheek of them, pay extra for more features. Yeah, it's in Korea at the minute, but they're talking about bringing it into Europe and America. A to Z said, capitalism is morphing into techno-feudalism. Yes, I totally agree. It's a problem with capitalism. It's very open to abuse. You know? I've said this for a while now. I think fucking tyranny will come in through private companies, not fucking governments. Honestly, with our government, they're too incompetent to be ruled by one puppet master. Well, they're just too stupid. There's been no talent in the fucking government. I mean, David, you just got to look at the fucking last 12 years. They were all absolutely pathetic. I'm not saying Labour would have been any better, but then again, Labour hasn't been in government, so what's the fucking point of even talking about them? The best laid plans of mice and men gang after Ugly. Gang after Ugly and leave us with naught but sorrow and pain for promised joy, says Herb. Have you tried Jungle Jezebel, Rich? Yes, I fucking hated it and gave it to Richie G. Piss and banana. Fucking crazy. Didn't like it. Wanted to like it. Couldn't like it. Not for me. Hey, Mitch. Are there any advice when beginning with niche fragrances? Interesting branches? I know I don't you mean the usual suspect like Creed, Roger, Nishani. You know, the popular niche stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sample, mate. Sample, Leroy, mate. Try lots of different things. Sample sets. Try different things from the same house. Try different houses. I beg your pardon. Oh God, of all the niche houses, like just try loads of different stuff, mate. Watch plenty of videos. Do your research. Find out what you like, you know, and then follow it. Empty Scent says, unexpected. I ordered a vintage and they sent me a new bottle. Oh dear. That is not ideal. Tell them to sod off. Get it back. Cash is king, says Spy and Mash. I agree. He's seen the price of gold. Jesus. People only hear what they want to hear, though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, I would totally agree. The world is now pretty much ruled by corporations as opposed to nations. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You've got some companies, right, that have a far bigger GDP, like far bigger yearly fucking take than like most countries. Like if Apple was a country, it would be in like the top 50 fucking for GDP in the world. Maybe it's even higher than that. You know, like California's got a fucking like an economy the same size as fucking Britain's. And that's just one state. It's no wonder they want to secede. Bob says, I thought you liked piss. Not on me bananas, I don't. Well said, Anush, said Manly Sense. Yeah. Like, companies like BlackRock, you know, why are they buying houses up? Why are they buying land up? Do you want to be beholden to these fucking people for the rest of your life? You're a fucking nobody to them. Fucking lunatics. Have you tried Serge Luton's, Leroy? Even now, after all this time, I still think it's one of the best niche houses. I love Serge Luton. Joe says, Leroy, discovery sets are a great way of checking out what you like, plus watching good reviewers. Leroy says, not yet, but Mitch brought it to my attention, Leroy. Dushan, how are you, sir? Piss and Banana sounds like the name of some 80s hardcore porn VHS, says Manly Sense. Good Lord. Dino says, I thought that to be an MP you have to be intelligent. Well, I guess you don't. No, it's the last thing you have to be, for God's sake. Jesus. It's pretty crazy how some giant companies are more powerful, wealthy than actual countries, says, but news, yeah, it is, yeah. And you think the shit they get up to as well, because they're global, they don't have borders. You know what I mean? They don't have borders. They act with impunity. Empty Sense says, I don't collect frags anymore. Oh. Thanks, Mitch. Will do, says Leroy. General Motors used to have a GDP higher than Finland's, says Manly Sense. Good Lord. BlackRock has too many fingers and too many pies. No way I said BlackRock as I was typing it. You. Yeah, I've been a bit of a Fragrance Apprentice follower. Yeah, he's good, George. He's a good boy. He likes the girly sense, which I'm not so fond of. He was hyping Eau de Merveille, for example. I hated it. Everybody's got different taste, mate. You never know. You never know what you might like, he might hate. What he might like, you might hate. Or vice versa. I can't remember which way I got them round there. Well, I guess the Germans will need BMW heated everything in a few weeks. It's not going to be a nice winter, is it? BlackRock has over 10 trillion in assets, says Brian. It's a hell of a lot of money, isn't it? Kind of makes you think that buying fucking Creed for $1 billion's not like, they're not really bothered, are they? Herb says we'll just have to wear the furs like in Game of Thrones this winter. Well, I'm thinking about getting a thicker quilt, but I like to sleep with a lighter one on. You know? Empty Sense says BMW's quality has went down over the years. Yeah, it's it. I mean, they're like the new Fords. You know, everybody's got a BMW these days. You know? It's fucking bullshit, like. Phil Stevens saying paying for heated seats is the craziest thing I've heard all week, and it's just Monday. Don't you worry, mate. I've got a feeling this week's going to get a lot more crazy before it fucking calms down, mate. Don't you worry about that. It is going to get wide